8 weeks ago, I tore my ACL in a match. And as a footballer, this is probably the most difficult thing I've ever had to go through. But I've never been more determined to put the work in and return to the pitch. Welcome to this video and welcome to part 2 of my ACL rehab series.
Overtime and overdue. Ain't no sleep, that is old news.
Yes guys, welcome back to a new video. I was planning on doing this amazing cinematic montage of my morning. As you saw, I showed you a clip of my little alarm clock at 7ish, and then until now, which is just 10 o'clock, we've been struggling with no power in the flat at all, which is an absolute amazing start to the day. But yeah, anyway, we have power now, so I'm back, vlog's back. Essentially, I just wanted to create this vlog. It's going to be a bit of a day in the life, bit of an update on where I'm at right now with my ACL injury. If you didn't see the last episodes, then I did tear my ACL. So I'm on the road to recovery now. I wanted to try and vlog it. I haven't been doing so much. I've just been very focused on actually getting better and recovering and whatnot. A few people did ask of, how I'm doing, what am I doing to get better, etc, etc. So that's sort of the main reason why I'm creating this video. Also, a lot of you have been sending me messages and emails just asking how I am, giving me tips. People who have gone through a similar thing have given me a lot of tips. Someone even told me an app. I'll probably talk more about that later because this app has actually been quite a big help for my recovery. But yeah, anyway. This is the day so far, no power, but it's back now, we're back, I'm back, we're all back. Today anyway, I am actually going to have a rest day. I have one rest day per week, like a full rest day, where I just do some basic light stretches and some very easy mobility work on my knee. And then I'll have another day throughout the week, which is similarly to a recovery day, but I do some sort of work. Some lighter work anyway, and then for the rest of the 5 days I do pretty intense work on my knee. So yeah, like I said, today is a recovery day. The reason for that being was yesterday I was at the physiotherapist. I go to the physiotherapist once a week roughly, and those sessions are usually the most intense ones just because he's introducing new exercising, new movements, new jumps, which is why they're probably the most intense ones. So I always have a bit of DOMS the next day. That's why I'm going to be just doing a rest day today. But I did record one of my sessions the other day, what I did at the gym, so I will show you that. I'll show you what I'm eating because I've changed my diet quite a lot during this time of recovery and whatnot. Like I said, I'll show you through that app that I'm using. Hopefully that will help you. I will show you what I'm doing for my mentality right now. As you guys know, we always preach that you can still work whilst you're injured. So I'm going to show you exactly what you can do and exactly what I'm doing off the pitch to make sure I'm still continuing on this path of growth and improvement as, both a football player and a person. So yeah, now the power's finally back, I can actually start and crack on with some work. I have a lot of meetings today, lots of phone calls, a lot of boring stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, I shall see you later. So it's a few hours and one fresh trim later. It is currently 2 o'clock. I'm just about to have lunch. So I haven't eaten up until this point. I didn't normally have breakfast even before my ACL injury. So yeah, up until this point I have completely fasted other than one coffee and about 80 grams of snacks. Anyway, for lunch, me and Josh have been getting this food delivery service, basically because we're pretty lazy to cook. Pretty much every day it's been chicken with some form of rice or pasta. Today we've got a classic spag bowl. So I will write the macros and calories on the screen right now. So basically just bang this in the microwave, 2 minutes and job's done. So the physio this week actually gave me permission to try and jog, but he told me I need to run on proper turf. What's it called? This stuff. Athletic or running track. Man, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he gave me permission a few days ago, and it's been raining the past few days. So I was just waiting for the sun to come out, so it's not slippy. So yeah, but the walk here was like 2 kilometers roughly. So my knee feels absolutely knackered already. But I'm just gonna do my warm up. Start with a faster walk and then try and go into a slow jog for a couple 100 meters just to see how that goes, and then if that goes well, I'll do something a bit more intense and a bit longer. So I have run a good few 100 meters, a few 100 meters. Feels decent, to be fair. Yeah, a bit weird. I mean, my knee feels fine, but I've just been on this run, walking down this track or running down this track, and I stumbled across some weird things. You know, in my life, I've never in my life gone for a proper run like this. All the fitness I do is on a pitch, so I just on this track, like I said, stumbled across some gym machines. So imagine that, right? Fresh off a 20k run, you stumble across this, put in some back rows, why not?
Excuse me, what the actual
Boy, if you don't get... My mind is absolutely blown right now. I have no clue what that is or how you're meant to do that. Fair enough, let's carry on. Someone just absolutely stacked it. So I just wanted to end this vlog with a summarization of my current update, how I'm doing, how I'm progressing, the plan going forward. So as you now know, I'm around 8-9 weeks post the injury. My rehab is progressing very, very well, in all honesty. As you saw, I've gone on my first run now. I started very light ball work. I started in this week's physio session. We did some very light passing, which was obviously nice. To summarize my progression, I'm doing well, physio's going well. The physio keeps on telling me that my knee is very strong, very stable, and we're very quickly progressing the intensity and phases of my actual recovery. Earlier on in this video, I did mention an app. This is the app. Will it focus? I think it's focused. Anyway, this is called Curate. Someone did email me talking about this, telling me about it. So thank you if you're watching this. It is a decent app. It's around like €6-7 a month, and it has a bunch of workouts specialized to what stage you are, depending on your injury. So I haven't been using the workouts so much, just because I do have a tailored plan from my physiotherapist. But it has helped me track my progress, track how much I can actually bend and straighten my knee, which has been very helpful. And for €6, I mean, why not? Also, my diet, I have had to lower the calories, obviously, since my injury. I've been moving a lot less. I have been doing a lot less cardio. Been doing no football training, obviously, so it's just the one workout a day, which, you know, as intense as it is nothing compared to football training or football matches, which is why I've ever so slightly lowered my calorie amount, just to make sure I don't get fat as fuck during my phase of recovery. So I think that pretty much sums everything up. Going forward, I don't really have anything specific planned apart from focusing on my recovery, trying to get as healthy and fit as quickly as I possibly can, and then I will explore my options. Obviously, I have more free time now because I'm not playing or training, which allows me to focus on continued growing JNM Football, which is amazing. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video, this little insight onto how my recovery is going. I do thank you very much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.